Hi everyone, here is the demo for the React email project under the Google Summer of Code 2022 for SCoRe Lab under Leopards Lab. Now a little bit about myself. I am Neela Shikhar. I'm currently pursuing my BTech in Computer Science and Engineering, and right now I am in my fourth year of undergraduate. And as you know, I am doing my Google Summer of Code under SCoRe Lab organization this year. Also, I was the founder and lead of Google Developer Student Club of my college, and I was also the part of organizing team and tech team of open source event called JWOC this year. Also, I have worked for a few startups, and I am very enthusiastic about open source and hackathons. We can connect with me on these social platforms like LinkedIn, GitHub, Twitter on this respective username. And here is my mentor for Google Summer of Code 2022. He is Nilindu Sharnoj Kumaraj. He is Google developer expert in cloud as well as full stack software engineer. He is currently leading the SRE team. You can also connect with him in LinkedIn, GitHub, and Twitter. Now, let us discuss about the time frame of our work. We have started our coding period for this project on June 13, 2022, and we continue till September 5, 2022. This was the main coding period where we pushed all the features, fixed all the bugs for our project. There was also midterm evaluation in the middle of this time period, and before June 13, we also finalized our task breakdown and the community bonding period, those things. Now let's start with our project. Let us first discuss about the problem which we are trying to solve. So the modern day web browsers are pretty standardized and come with a certain guarantee that if a web page works in one browser, it will work in another web browser too, except for a few minor cases. However, this is not true for email clients yet. That means if you send one HTML email to some receiver, probably it will support few email clients like Gmail, Yahoo Mail, or there will be some issues with other email clients. Now, what is the current state of this particular problem? If we discuss about the current state, then the developer community is aligned to certain tricks and hacks to make sure the emails sent are properly rendered on these different email clients. But there is no such package that solves this problem of creating responsive emails easily, which can also handle cross browsers and clients compatibility issues. Here is the proposed solution to this problem by us. We are going to implement a React-based component and utility methods-based lightweight library to provide a common interface for email building that users can install and use to build clean and responsive emails easily. Now, what is React email? If I want to discuss about our project, then React email is exactly solving this problem. So React email is a component and utility methods based lightweight library to provide a common and easy interface for clean and responsive email building. Cool, sounds interesting. Then let us jump to the demo part of our package and let's see how you can create responsive and optimized email using React by importing our components. And then we are also going to discuss how you can generate HTML and text version from it. So let us jump to our idea. First, you need to, you can start with one blank project like what I have done. And then you can install few dependencies like our library and React and React DOM are the peer dependencies which should be installed in your project in order to work our package correctly. And you also need to use, install NodeMailer in order to send email. Now I have created 8 layouts using our components, and we're going to discuss one by one about all of our layouts. all of these layouts are created using TypeScript. So our package also provides full type safety for the development environment. Now, let me first open my only email HTML layout email template. So I have imported two components which are email and typography from our package. Now, in order to create any layout using our components, first you need to wrap everything inside our email component. That means our email component should be the top component of all other components. Like we need to return email first, then inside our email we can include different components. Here I have used typography component to render one text. We are getting this name prop and we are just rendering hello name. So based on the name, it will render the text. And we have just normally added one typography inside our email. In order to generate HTML and text version from this email, we can simply create a file inside our Node.js environment, and we can import some server-side functions from our library. So you can see we are importing generate email and generate text email from HTML, these two functions from our library. And we are also importing our layout, which we have created here, only email layout, email template. We are importing it. And what we are doing, we are generating the HTML version using this generate email function, and we are passing our layout. And as you can see, we have added the name prop. So we are passing our name prop as Niloy. And we are also writing one index.html file with this HTML content, which we are going to see how it looks. And we are also generating the text version out of it, out of our HTML using this generate text email from HTML function. We are just passing this HTML and it will return us the text version of the HTML. Now, let me just run node generate.js. Cool. You can see the text version is hello Niloy. Fine. And if I just start a local server in order to see how our index.html looks like. So let me just open it. Cool. If you can see, this is one simple HTML layout, which is having only one text called hello Niloy, because we have passed the name as Niloy. So we can like pass dynamic values. Cool. Now we are going to jump to another layout, which is section column email template. Apart from the email component, we are also having other components which you can use to create different sections in your email layout. So you can create different sections, and inside different sections, you can also create different columns. So it will be kind of a great kind of layout which you can create using this section and column components. So to create this, you just need to import the section, import the column, and I'm also importing the typography component from our package. And as I have already mentioned, first you need to wrap everything inside email. So we are wrapping everything. We are wrapping our only section inside our email. Then for this layout, we are having only one section, and inside one section, we are having only one column. So it's only one section, one column layout, as simple as it is. And inside one column, we are having one typography of variant H1. Now these are all kind of different props which you can pass for each component. To get idea about different props and the values which you can pass for each component, you can check out our documentation, which I'm going to show you later on. But yeah, we are having different variant. You can pass caption H1, H2, and subtitle body 1, body 2, this kind of thing. By default, it is body 1. So I have passed H1, and I have also mentioned align center. So it will make our text center aligned, and it will behave like a title. And we are also having one typography about body one, so it will be kind of our paragraph. Now we are going to import this section column email template inside our generate.js file, which we are running using Node.js, and we are going to generate the HTML out of it. For this, we don't need name. And let me just run my code. Cool. You can see the text version is printed here. So this is the text version which our library is generating. So this is the title, which is one heading. So it is followed by one hash, and this is the paragraph. And we have also updated our index.html using this write file sync. So if I just reload my page, you will see the updated. Now you can see this is the title is centered, aligned centered, and it is one header tag. And this paragraph is also aligned just below of this title. So this is one example how you can create different sections and columns. Now let us move forward with some of our advanced components. First, let us see how we can utilize our image and button component. So we are also having components like image and button. And I have already discussed about section, column, and typography. So image and button components are the new ones. To render any image in our HTML, using to render our any image efficiently in our HTML, we need to use this image component. And to add any normal button in our email template, we need to import this button component. Cool. So I have already mentioned that you need to wrap everything inside email. So inside our email, we are having two sections. So this is kind of a complex layout. So first, we are having two sections. So we'll get two separate sections. And inside our first section, we are also having two columns. So, and inside our second section, we are also having two columns. You can see first section, we are having this one column and this one column. Inside our second section, we are also having one column and two columns. So this is kind of two section, two column layout. So first, let us see what is inside our section. I have added one image using our image component, and the SRC, you need to mention the SRC, the source of the image. If you hover, you will also get the JSoC comment that if you hover over SRC, you will get that the URL or file path of the image. And if you hover over alt, it will tell us that the alt text for the image. You also need to add alt text. Also, the width is like you can also add the width of your image. And there are some other props like caption, height, classes, which we are going to discuss later. So I have added only one basic image in our first column, and inside our second column, I have added one typography. This is one normal typography, and I have added one button. Now, button part is kind of trickier for email, because in email, when we click any button, it will open some kind of link. So our button component is actually behaving like a anchor tag, but it's more than an anchor tag in terms of styling and other things. So you can pass variant. By default, the variant is primary. We are having two types of variant, like primary or secondary. By default, it is primary, but I have explicitly mentioned it as primary here. Also, you need to pass the href, the link which the window will open after clicking the button. So we will click the button and it will just open a new window or on the same window with this link. And you can add the text you want inside your button. So it will be click here. Fine. This is our first section. Now, if I go through my second section, the first column consists one typography, and one button. This is the same. But if I go to my second column, then we are having our image with some additional thing called caption. So if you want to add some kind of caption to your image, you can also do that using the caption. We are also having some other things like caption align. So you can mention if your captions should be aligned center, left, or right, those kind of things. And you can see this is our TypeScript is automatically suggesting the values which we can pass. So I have added one simple caption that this is a mountain image for our second image. And if you carefully observe, in our first section, inside our first column, we are having image. And inside our second column, we are having the text and button. So in our first section, the image will be aligned left, and then our text and button will be aligned aligned in the right side. And in case of second section, we'll have our text and button in the left side, and in the right side, we will have our image. Now, if I import this inside my Node.js and I just generate the HTML using image button email template using our generate email function, and I save it, let us see, node generate.js, we will get this text version that this is one random image, which is the alt text. So this is the link of the image, and these are all the things. For the button thing, it will also get the text and the link in the text version of your email. And if you add any caption, you can also see the caption here. So this is a mountain image is the caption for this. Now, if I go back to my browser and if I hit refresh, you can see, as I have mentioned in our first section, this is our first section, like this part is our first section. So in our first section, the image is aligned in left and the text and the button is aligned right. Whereas in the second section, our text and button is aligned left and our image is aligned right. So this is the layout which we have generated. And now let us move forward with some other layouts, which is link divider quote email template. So let us move forward by discussing more about our components. So we are also having link component, divider component, quote component. Now, first you need to wrap everything inside email. It's fine. And I have created one simple section. And inside my section, we are having only one column. Say, so it is again one section, one column format. And what I have done, I have added one typography of variant H3 and I have aligned it center to make it look like a title. And I have added one divider. So divider will work like a normal divider. It will add one simple line kind of thing between our components, between our sections or between any two components. And the quote is a special component which we have added in our library. So if you pass anything, any quote sentence inside your quote component, then it will render it as a quote. And we are also having our link. So you can see inside the typography, we have added one text that want to know more. And then we have added this link component, which we also need to pass this href, which is pointing out to the link that will open after clicking this link. So it will look like want to know more, click here. This kind of text, and the click, if you just click in the click here text, then it will pop up this link. So if I import it from link divider quote email template, link divider quote email template, and I hit save and I run node generate.js, can see this is the all over the content. This is the hello world. And if I just scroll it, hello world, and this is followed by one divider, and this is one quote. So in front of our quote, you will see this kind of symbol. It will indicate the quote in our text version. And here is the link. So want to know more, click here followed by this link. Now, if I go back to my browser and see how it looks like in the actual email, so you can see we are having the hello world, and this is the divider. We were talking about the divider. So here is the divider, and this is one quote. So yeah, the quote is also having some kind of quote styling, and we are having our text that want to know more, click here. And if we click here, it will open the link. Cool. We can also add some stylings, which we are going to discuss how you are going to style it. Because right now you can see that our layout is having maybe needs some kind of styling, some kind of padding or margin or some kind of alignment like that. So you can also add your stylings as per your need using different methods. Let me first discuss about the classes using the classes props method. So what we have done, we have introduced you one handy prop called classes. Now, I have first imported different components like email, section, column typography, button divider, which I have already shown you. And then I have added one email, inside my email, one section, and followed by one column. I have added one typography called hello world, aligned its center, then added one divider. But here I have added one more typography, but the variant is body one, and I have added one prop called classes, and I have passed this value. So what will happen? Our classes will check for some specific keywords for each and every component. For each and every component, you will get one key called root. So if you need to pass any base styling, if you want to override any base styling for the components, you need to use this root key. So if I just cut it for now, and if you type root, you will get that our TypeScript is telling me you can pass the stylings for your root attribute. So root and then followed by maybe font size or any CSS property you would like to pass. So let me just keep it as the first one. So what I have done, I have overwritten the font style and color of this typography using these classes. So I have added font style italic and color light green. So it will not change the first typography as this is identical, but it will only override the default styles of this typography. Next, we are also having one button, and I have also added classes. So I have already discussed that there are two types of buttons. You can pass those types using variant prop. So you will get the variant primary and secondary. So inside your classes, you can also pass styling based on your button variant. You can override the default behavior of the button. So I am overwriting the border radius as 10 pixel and background color as red. So hopefully it will like it will add the background color as red and border radius at 10 pixel for all of our buttons. Like it can be primary, it can be secondary. It will just add in both of them. But we are also mentioning that for the primary button, we also need to override the font size to 20 pixel. And for by default, the variant is primary. By default, the button is primary, so the font size will get 20 pixel, and it will have the text called subscriber. Now, if I just import it, oh, okay, with classes should be with classes in a template. Cool. It will get all the text version, and if I go back to my browser and if I press reload, you can see this text color has been changed to light green and it is having the styling of font style italic. Also, our button got border radius of 10 pixel thing. So now if I go back to my make styles, so with make styles email template, so we are also providing one method called make style. So you can pass the style base styles using the make styles and it will return use style sook, which you can use directly to get all the stylings. And here you can access the styling as per your need of your component. Like I have mentioned, title, the title styling should be color red, font weight lighter, and paragraph styling should be color blue, font style italic. So we can get the styles from styles.title as the key we have mentioned. So you can pass those styling using the classes to override the styling. Same here, styles.paragraph. And we are also having the with make styles overwritten email templates. So right now you have seen that how you can use the use style sook, but here is another trick. You can pass the base styling inside the make styles and you will get use styles. That's fine. We have also added one with make styles component, and it will access the classes, and the classes where classes is type CSS classes, which is kind of this type. So you can merge these styles with these styles. So first, when you use make styles, you will get use style sook. But when you pass these custom classes inside your use styles will merge the previous classes with the newer classes. So we have added inside the classes, we have added title, color light green, font weight bold, paragraph light color light blue. So what will happen? Our title color will first our title color was red, but then it will get overwritten with light green. Same as for font weight and for paragraph. Initially it was color blue, but later it got changed to light blue. And as I have told you, you can access those properties using styles dot the name which we have provided. So styles dot title, and I have added it to my classes inside my root attribute. So now if I generate it, you will get the thing. And if I simply go back and hit refresh, you can see this thing is getting rendered correctly. So initially our title was of color red, but then we have overwritten it with color light green. So the final color of the text will be light green. Now we are going to see how you can define your custom theme. If you are using Material UI, then you can know that you can define your custom theme and you can pass the custom theme using some kind of theme provider. But to keep it simple, we have also introduced the adding your custom theme option. So you can define your custom theme inside one object, and theme options, you can directly import it from React email. You don't need this. You can directly import it from React email, and then you can mention the stylings for each individual component. So for typography, I have added root font style as italic. So all of our typography component will grab the styling as font style italic, and it will adapt as per our theme which we are providing. So all of our typography will just get the font style italic, and all of our button will get these root styles like border radius 10 pixel, background color green, as well as link. So you can like mention your custom theme inside your theme object, and as we are also providing the interface, so you can also get the typing hints. So if you want to add custom theme for other components like divider, so you can see we are getting the suggestions, and the root will be, you can add styling like color will, you can add red maybe, yeah, this kind of thing. But for now I have only added this thing. And how you can utilize this custom theme? So to utilize this custom theme, what you need to do, you just need to pass this custom theme inside this theme prop for email. So we are wrapping all of our components, all of our layout using this email. So we are wrapping all of our components inside this email, and we are providing them this custom theme inside this theme prop. So if I just import it in my generate.js and with theme email template, and if I run it, no generate.js, it is generated successfully. If I reload it, you can see this is our custom theme which we have added. So in case of custom theme, if you are wondering, then if you define the custom theme, then the default styling and theme will get overwritten. Like you won't get the default styling and theme. So you have to mention your padding, margin, those kind of custom theme explicitly. Also, if you are wondering how you can import this TypeScript thing into your JavaScript, so for that, first you need to compile them to JavaScript. So I have already added one build method. If you are using CommonJS or ESM, you can follow these build commands. I am using, I am only using the CommonJS here using this required syntax. So I have only run the build CommonJS, build CJS command, and it has generated like the CommonJS and ESM thing inside my lib. Fine. And you can import them using this thing. So that was the overall idea about how you can utilize our components and the methods. Now, if you want to go through the docs, you can just go to this link, https docs react email leopard snap netlify.app, and you can get all of our Dockersaurus documentation and storybook site to check all of our components, and the type doc documentation. You will get the installation uses kind of thing using Dockersaurus. If you just go to the storybook, you will get the storybook for all of our components. You can check the storybook part here, and if you just go to type doc thing, you will get the type doc documentation, and you can search about different things like maybe button prop. So you can search for button prop, and you will get that button prop will have this kind of properties, and the value will be string and the default value like this. Now, if you want to support our work, you can just drop 1 star in the GitHub repo. And thank you for joining today. And you can connect with me on GitHub, LinkedIn, Twitter, and on email also. If you have any questions, you can directly ask.
Well, I mean, good job. I think we have a time limit with Zoom, so
Hi,
everyone
Niloy.
has.
Am I audible?
Yeah, we're audible.